Okay, so we're on to day 4, and I can't wait to see what little Yaga does here. This is just like a little tracking hunting machine, and aside from the bob tail, he's so easy to read. It's just absolutely amazing. So one of the things that sometimes happens here is you get a kind of a big scent pool from a cloth object, and the track is sometimes not as apparent as it should be. This happens a lot, especially as the tracks begin to age a little bit more. I think he had a little bit of a scent pool in the beginning of that track, which is one of the reasons why it took him a little bit of time to exit and find that exit trail. So very clear that he's in good odor. You're in good productive source. Soft surface against an edge and a barrier holds odor really, really nicely. This is great when we're trying to get into that laser locked condition that we need for the dog when we get into contamination and distraction. It's absolutely essential that when we're building a dog to work in contamination and distraction and to be able to scent discriminate, that before they get into that situation, they're laser locked on the track, especially when we're imprinting them. And that's where we're at with little Yaga right now, is the imprinting stage. So we've gone from a clean area with good productive source to less productive source. We've got cement, but we do have an edge or a barrier. But what's really occurring here is now we're getting into a lot of contamination and distraction. And of course, Yaga sees the first person right here. Now, when you run into the wrong person like this, she's not used to running into the wrong person. She wants to say hello. So it's very important that we tell the dog, no, leave it. Really super important. And then keep tracking. I don't mind if they do a quick check like that and keep going, but they can't spend a lot of time there. Ultimately speaking, we need a dog that really doesn't even give them a head bob. And that's going to come through this type of training. So it's clear Yaga's got a good track right here in the beginning of the store, or in the beginning of the storefront here. And as we get into a little bit more contamination and a little bit more distraction with more people, it's going to be super interesting to see what he does. Okay, so obviously you have a big scent picture right here against the door, because watch this behavior. He goes right in. So something's happening here. He knows odors coming from this location. We don't know exactly where the trail layer is, but your odor picture's here. Doesn't want to go very much further at this location, but watch what happens here. You get a nice big air scent, and he wants to escape the door. Okay. Now, obviously he's in the scent pool. We don't know exactly where our trail layer is. He's still working the scent picture, and then comes a little bit of a distraction. This happens a lot when you sometimes get into an urban environment and your dog's encountering things on the track that he never did before. So your timing here with the leave it was a little slow. I would have said leave it a little bit quicker. As soon as he planted his nose and got in that, I would have told him to get out of there. The longer they're on a distraction, the harder it is to get back to the track and the person that they're looking for. Good lead control, managing the leash around the car. This is even a bigger test because the trail layer is completely unknown to Yaga. He's never met this person before. So this is a true test of detection and also discrimination. And right here, you're going to get a nice little air scent of your subject, and he knows exactly where he is. So very, very cool. Great track, great track. Now, ultimately speaking, it would have been nice just to have one door, not two. Your scent pool obviously got sucked into that doorway, and Yaga was picking it up from the other side. That's why he went in. Now, I think if you just would have had one doorway, Yaga would have gone right to your trail layer, and there would have been absolutely zero problem. However, this was still a fantastic trail. He never forgot what he was looking for, and he did a really good job. I want to do something like this again, but let's double the length and end in front of a store that only has one opening. Great job, great work.